Pressure is mounting on the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to advance the Gaza ceasefire proposal unveiled by the US President Joe Biden. Several world leaders are urging both Israel and Hamas to agree to the permanent cessation of hostilities. A joint statement by Qatar, Egypt and the US called on both Hamas and Israel to finalize the agreement, embodying the principles outlined in the proposal. They say that the deal, quote, offers a roadmap for a permanent ceasefire and ending the crises. Netanyahu says his conditions for ending the war, the destruction of Hamas's military and governing capabilities, and return of the hostages have not changed. He called the truce offer a non-starter until Hamas no longer poses a threat to Israel and Israel's goals of destroying the Hamas are met. A Pew Research Center survey suggests that 50% of Israelis support Israel maintaining control of the Gaza Strip post the war. Results are notable as the Israeli Prime Minister has come out against the idea of Israel governing the Palestinians. Meanwhile, striking a contradictory note, a senior Israeli source told Hebrew media that the proposal laid out by Biden provides for the achievement of all of Israel's goals. It has a framework for freeing the hostages before a permanent ceasefire is enforced. This meets all the conditions. Now, in a phone call with U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, Qatar's Prime Minister said that the mediators hope all parties will deal positively with the principles of a ceasefire proposal. This includes withdrawal of Israeli forces from all populated areas in Gaza. Meanwhile, the families of the hostages demanded that Netanyahu stands up and publicly accepts the deal.
We demand that Netanyahu stand up and publicly support the Israeli proposal which President Biden presented yesterday. Stand up in front of the Israeli citizens and publicly accept this deal.
At a weekly rally in Tel Aviv, demonstrators demanded that the Netanyahu government accepts the ceasefire deal and secure the detainees' release. Police used force to disperse the demonstrators, but Netanyahu faces big opposition to the deal from within his cabinet. Hardliners Finance Minister and Minister of National Security are threatening to pull the government down if the deal is accepted. Givir called the proposal foolhardy and added that it would be a victory for terrorism and a security danger to the state of Israel. Smotrich opposed the return of displaced Gazans to the territories north and, quote, wholesale release of terrorists. On the other hand, the Israeli opposition leader Yair Lapid urged the government to accept the deal. He vowed to back Netanyahu if his far-right coalition partners quit. Meanwhile, on the ground, fighting raged on in the besieged Gaza enclave. Battles ensued in Rafah and southern Gaza near the border with Egypt. Later today, Egypt will host Israeli and U.S. officials to discuss the reopening of the Rafah crossing, a vital conduit for aid into Gaza. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.